there be light, and there was light. Words of the said God. So we are going over this letters of the gods. Of course, I have showed how not, which equals, when we do the sum total of the word not, meaning like nothing, like a zero, it equals 13. This is what I call the incubator, of course, which is very powerful, because this is where Christ had the Last Supper with his disciples. That is a demarcation of a union happening here. So we see from this that we have learned of the Last Supper, that it continues to be this ritual in Christianity, where people are sitting and having, the washing of the feet and having communion, and the breaking of bread, and drinking of wine. Okay, so this is a ritual that happens. So this, of course, is where the strength gets ignited, or as I say, I call it the incubator, because it forms, when we add this together, it is 4. Now that 4 also means, or it gives us the or north, south, east, and west. Of course, when we have all these intact, we are balanced. And this also is a representation of the crucifixion right here, or the crucifixion of Christ, which is what we are meant to do. In essence, have our own crucifixion. This is what makes us whole, not being like this, having this. Of course, this is being grounded in another sense, but we are talking about being submissive to having our kundalini rise, or having the third eye, or being illuminated. So this is the whole. This also represents wholeness. Okay, so we have been looking at this. What I did as well is discover that we have 8 zeros. These are all the number of letters, which equals 73, meaning we have 7 A's, 2 B's, 3 C's, and 14 D's, and so on, of the gods. All these, when we have taken in consideration the 14 gods, all the letters that form the 14 gods, like created, moved, said, saw, divided, called, made, set, blessed. I believe I had taken in consideration ended, caused, formed, breathed, and planted. Yes. Let's just ensure that I did do the P's. Yes. So planted, we have P. So taking in consideration all the letters that form the 14 gods, we have 73. 73, adding these together gives us 10. And so we see having the number 10 is what we say is perfect, because the word perfect equals 7, 5, 9, 6, 5, 3, 2. If we add these together, we have 10, 25, 30, 37. So 37 is actually the reverse of 73. So we can see that all of this is basically mirrored to perfection. All the gods are mirrored to perfection. And the word perfect equals, in fact, it has 7 letters, which of course 7 is that which is whole. If we remember in the story of Noah, God asked Noah to take in some of the animals in 7s. But 7s was really, the word 7 also equals 2. So we could see in pairs of 2s, the word 2 would also equal, or the symbol 2 would also equal 7. Okay, these are things that we probably don't think about, but how all those things affect us or a part of us, but we think a whole is, in fact, the thought came to mind, if you had an apple, you could cut it in 7 pieces and it still be whole. You could cut it in 2 pieces and it still be whole. 3 pieces, it would still be whole. 14 pieces, it would still be whole. So this is what we are learning here, how the different functions or pieces really affect us in that sense of wholeness. So 7, we have 7 A's. This is interesting. I'm trying to learn how these the amount of letters really affect us in essence. So A, for instance, what first came to mind is that A is in the middle of the word heart, H-E-A-R-T. And the word heart, which is 8, I feel I need to do a contrast here, but okay. Oh, it's funny I should pick up a green pen for the heart. Well, this is really, again, synchronicity, because green is the color of the heart. So it's 8, 5, 1, 9, 2. When we add this together, this is 12, 17, 25. 2 plus 5 equals 7. So we can see 7 here has a strong correlation. I'm just saying, this is what I've read. I could see with A7. So A is in the middle of the heart and it has a numerical value of 7. I think that is brilliant. And because 7 also is present, like Mother Eve in the garden, Present, it also has the numerical value of 7. It also, the word serpent has the numerical value of 7, and so on. So I think this is really telling us quite a lot here. So B, it'd be good for me to perhaps make reference of this in the sacrifice template, because we have B in the sacrifice template, which also has a numerical value of 2. And we have C, of course, all of these. C here has a numerical value of 3. So these are flowing very well into how they are meant to show. And 7, of course, has a numerical value of 1, 2, because 7, if we had the numerical value of 1 for the letter A, the word one, O-N-E, actually equals 7. This is 6, 5, 5. Adding these together would give us 16. 1 plus 6 is 7. So we can see something happening here. But could we do the same with all the numbers or letters? I'm not so sure. If we did, for instance, this is 2. TWO is actually 13. So 255 is 13. If we did the numerical value for 13, I think it gives us 8. So, or even 4, 1 plus 4. But what happens with 13 is that we have this equal sign, gives us that B, and then we are still with 2. So 3 definitely has a numerical value of for C. And so basically what I feel I ought to do now is see how many 7s we have. We can have a single digit here for 14, which is 5, and for 16, which is 7. And so we can see how many 7s we have here and what picture are these symbols of the numerical values presenting. So we have 2 7s, and perhaps we could make a note of this. We have 2 7s, so times 2, let's just do it this way and have this here as being counted. We have 1, 2, 3 2s, which is 6. So we have 3 2s, and so let's just do the 2s, and 1, 2, 3, 4 3s. So this is 4 3s here, and so we have 5 now. 5 1. There is only 1 5 because 5 of course is Mother Eve. So we have 1 5. Okay. And 7, we have done 7 because this 7 is counted. 1 1 2 3 4 5. We have 5 1s. Okay. And 1 4, it's just 1 4. Okay. 1 4. Now what I have noticed here that the numbers only go up to 7, which coincides with Mother Eve's teaching that we had finished a 7,000-year cycle. Now we are in a 7-year cycle. And also all Mother Eve's teaching of the Latins, meaning there's the 7th cycle is ended and we are now to get ready for the 8th cycle, which we have seen 8 actually is not. 8 actually has a symbol or value of naught, which is 4, and we are forming this foundation right now, or 31 to be more precise. And this is why we are in an incubation period. So the incubation period we are in reflects 31, but it's still that naught. It's still 8 that we are called to make man in God's image and likeness. So this is what this is all about, and everything that we do is reflective of this, because here we can see we also have 8 knots. 8 knots, which is also which equals 48, and of course 4 plus 8 is 12. 12, we can see that the first spell Mother Eve cast, when Mother Eve says, "Let there be light," and there was light, that equals 12, or "Let there be light" equals 12. That is the first stance of what Mother Eve, of Mother Eve's spell. So that was 12, and we can see that is reflective in the values of this 48 that I've just counted. And as well, if we added 12, 1 plus 2 together, that would give us 3. We see that also coincides with Mother Eve's spell of having 3 letters in her first spell, which is let, L-E-T, and also has the same vibrational value as the first letter, which the first letter is L, which has the numerical value of 3. Okay, and this is why we have called these as well letters of the gods. So we see here the first letters of the gods here that we have done in alphabetical order, of course, is has numerical value of 7, or the 7 is 2, we could say, and so on. We have done this here. So basically, there's the other thing we want to look at, is that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have, basically we have 6 sets of numbers here. Oh, we are missing, we haven't done 6 actually. So we did 5, 6 is missing, so 6 is 1, 6. Okay, 1, 6. Okay, so we could have that 6 here. On the S is 1. So we will have 7 again, so it's really reflective of the 7-year cycle or 7,000-year cycle. So 7 numbers or 7 entries have been shown here. So we have 5 ones, 7, 7, no, this is how we should do it. 2 sevens, 3 twos, 4 threes, 5, 1 5, and of course we had this, and 5 ones, and we have 6 1 or 1 6. Okay, yes, and that's it. So basically we have counted all these, and we see that the gods now, of course, there are 2 sets of 7 gods, which is 14 gods. We can see the uniformity in the gods, that they are working together, or there are 2 sets of 7 gods. So we see 7 here, we have 2 sevens. The A in itself have established that. And then we have the entries we have here is as such, and 1 6, meaning 6 here, the S, which is the said God. Okay, and we'll just have this here so we can make that reference. I'm going to go over this again, but I just wanted to show how the 14 gods are reflective in the first in the Mother Eve's lettings of let there be light, let there be a firmament. In fact, I haven't got all, but I have got videos I've done on this, where Mother Eve cast her first spells, or the 8 spells, or the letters that she really give the contracts to the other gods. And so there are 2 sets of 14 gods, and that coincides with the story of Noah, where he is asked to take the animals in sets of 2s and or 7s. We see also there were times where it stipulates that Moses let 7 days pass before he got out of the ark, or another 7 days. So we see 2 sets of 7 are being mentioned there again. That is about the gods, because the word days actually equals 13, and we have seen how 13, DAYS, which is 4171. This is 9 plus 4 is 13. 9 plus 4, let's see, have I done this correct? 12, 13, that's correct, 13. So basically we could see that the gods are present in these, and there are 7 entries, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 entries here, showing the 7 gods, or 2 sets of 7 gods. And this would also show how they are working together. Now, another thing that I just quickly want to point out, isn't it funny that we have only 1 5 and 1 6, and the others we have 2 7s, we have 2 3s, we have 3 4s, but we have 1 5, or only 1 5. I think we actually have 6 entries. Yes, of course, with the zeros we could say makes it 7 as well. So we have 1 5 and 1 6. So oh no, it means we have 2 5s. Excuse me, 2 5s. Because these are ones. These are 5 ones. I have been getting myself a little bit confused here. It's 5 ones, and this is the only 5. So it's only 1 5 and 1 6. Okay. So I hope you see that everything that we have been looking at here is reflective of the gods, reflective of Mother Eve as the orchestrator of all there is, and of course now is calling us to be co-creators in this new dimension, this new people. That how we do this is really by getting to know our makeup and our relationship with the divine, by being illuminated, by of course seeing God like Jacob did when he said, now I have seen God, or like Job did when he said, well, I heard of God but I had not seen. So basically it's to get to see God for ourselves. Okay. I tend to do my videos in the night time, but however, the energy is not as much as I would really like to go on right now. So do forgive me if my voice, of course, sounds a little bit croaky right now, but I do hope, as I say, that you get it. Thank you.